Hey everyone, welcome back. I am Aaron and thanks for checking out my channel. I do appreciate it a lot. So today we're going to get into a Steelbook review from my Steelbook wall behind me. And we are going to review Cowboys and Aliens. Oh boy. That's going to need to be fixed. Okay. Well, whatever. Alright, so here's Cowboys and Aliens, the Steelbook I have. I actually do like the grayish theme that they're going with here. The back is actually pretty awesome too. Remember if there's art on the inside or not. Yeah, there's a little bit. So let me put this back. Alright, so Cowboys and Aliens. It's a Western that involves science fiction, obviously, as you can tell from the title of the movie. The things I liked about this movie, I found the characters interesting. The problem, though, is that we aren't given enough time with them to really flush their character arc out and to learn more about them. And it's unfortunate because it just could have been so much better. So just keep that in mind for what I'm going to talk about later in this review. Harrison Ford is great. Daniel Craig is great. Olivia Wilde is great. Sam Rockwell is in it. Wait, is he? I don't remember. I don't actually remember if he is. So forget him. The story is interesting, but again, we just weren't given enough time to flush out everything. I really like the soundtrack in this film a lot. It's got a nice tune to it. It's got that old Western feel with some modern stuff going on, which fits the theme of the movie anyway. The action scenes are pretty good. They're not the greatest, but they're not terrible. You have a fun time watching them. The one thing that is missing in this movie is a good old-fashioned bar fight or something. But with a movie with such a huge concept idea, it's hard to shoehorn a bunch of things into the movie that would have made it great because you only have 2 hours to do it. So that leads me to my point of what I was talking about earlier. It would be great if they had made this a 10-episode miniseries, for Netflix or Hulu or something. I think this could have been absolutely amazing. I mean, you've got interesting characters, you've got a very interesting story, you have good enough sci-fi that you could really develop and bring a whole lore of what the aliens are doing there and have they been there before. Are they going to come back? Stuff like that. And the movie just doesn't have enough time to do those things. If it was a show that was 10 episodes, you really could have just done so much more with the source material. And it's disappointing because the movie for itself is good, but it's difficult for me as someone who loves movies and shows and books and just really good storytelling when you see a great concept and a great story and you know it could be so much better because there's just so much there and that you'll probably never get to see that. It's kind of like the show Daredevil. Great show, lasted 3 seasons. It's 10 or 12 episodes a season. The first season is great, but if they tried to make it one movie, it would have been really good, but I still would have been watching it going, man, they could have made a show about this whole thing. And luckily they did, in the case of Daredevil, but in the case of Cowboys and Aliens, they didn't. I don't know if the thought just didn't cross their mind or if they didn't have the money. I don't know. But it was definitely something that when I remember watching it for the first time, I remember thinking, man, this would have been a really, really cool show. And I still think that today. Negatives for the film, I mean, I kind of already touched on that because my negatives for this film are only that we don't get to see as much as we feel we want to. But as a film itself, it really isn't that bad. The special effects are great, the story is good, the acting is good, like I said at the beginning. So, I mean, I don't really have any problems with this movie. It's an interesting concept and a fun time. And I also enjoy it because I'm a huge fan of Westerns, specifically the John Wayne films. But out of 10, now remember my rating is 1 through 5 is like bad, and 5 through 10 is good. For enjoyment factor, I'd probably give it like a 7.5. From a filmmaking standpoint, I would probably give it about the same. I don't think they really could have done anything better unless they made a show. So, this has been a Steelbook review from my Steelbook wall. I hope you guys enjoy. My name is Aaron, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.